Hi, Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a very soft pink makeup look which can be worn anywhere in a daytime function or your office, or if you're just heading out for an event. It's very simple, very easy. So without any further delay, let's get on to our makeup chair.
So this is a continuation for the previous two videos. This is the third part where I will show you how to apply the eyeshadow in detail. If you've not checked my previous two videos, please go. I'll leave the link in the description box.
Okay. Now let's move on to the eyes, which is the most important piece. Now, before any eye makeup, I would suggest you apply primer, which can hold your eyeshadow, or if you don't have a primer, that's fine. You can apply a light concealer on your lids so that it holds the eyeshadow, and also if you have any kind of discoloration on your eyelid, it will hide it off. So let's get started. You can blend the concealer with a blending brush, or you can use your own beauty sponge. Now I'm going to use my beauty sponge to do that. Just make sure that it is evenly blended and you have a nice canvas to work your eyeshadow on. Now that you have your concealer on and you've blended it perfectly, always set it with a translucent powder so that the concealer doesn't move and forms into a crease. Just use a normal blending brush and your eyes are ready for the eyeshadow. Now, before I start my eye makeup, I always try and make my brows, because that kind of gives me a perfect idea as to where my eyeshadow should end and how it will look. So let's make those brows. I make my brows very simple. I do not overfill them because I do not like the sharp eyebrows. So I'm going to use a NYX pen. I'm going to use the NYX pencil, the micro brow pencil. Okay. And I'm going to start. I'm going to get you a little close so that you can have a look at. I always start from the edge of my brows and just try and stroke it. Be very, very light-handed. Can you just see? You've already created that straight kind of a line, which shows that it is very sharp. Now that you've created the bottom line, okay, we'll try and create the top line. Now for top line, I don't start with the edge. I start somewhere like from the third. Now in the front, I just very lightly just brush it so that it feels it is filled, but I don't overdo it. Okay, now let's do the same thing here. Now that I have done my brows, I'm going to just set them with a eyebrow gel, with a brow gel actually. This will help it stay in place. And this is your brow done. Now for the eyes, I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette, which is from Febble, which is Eternal Charm. Okay, I'll show you how beautiful the eyeshadows are. And it has a big mirror. Now, honestly telling you, I don't have any look in mind. I just love all of these colors. To start the eye makeup, I'm going to go first with the transition shade, and I'm going to use a fluffy blending brush. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to go with the first shade, which is Sweet Tea. Ooh, it's pigmented. Let's do the same thing on the other eye. So I have done the transition shade. The shade is looking really very beautiful. I'm not sure if the camera can catch it, but it is very pretty. It's like a brownie pink kind of a shade. The next color that I'm going to use is this shade which is known as Saucy. Now this is a little mauve kind of a shade, okay? So I'm going to take a smaller blending brush, dab the excess and go right down where my transition shade was. It's not that great. So the pink shade is not that pigmented, so I'm going to move to my Folklore palette and I'm going to use a very similar shade which is Hottie here. Okay, I'm going to dip the same brush, dab the excess, and yeah, see, this is a proper mauvey pink that we require. Going back to the palette, I am going to use the shade which is Hot Chocolate, and I'm going to place it only at the outer corner. Let's do the same thing here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing on my bottom lash line. So for that I'm going to use Saucy and I'm going to mix it with Sweet Tea. And I've used a small pencil brush which is a soft one. Doesn't this look nice, like a complete matte look? The next step is I'm going to use a black kohl pencil, okay, to tightline and for my kajal as well. So first I'm going to do on the upper lash line and then at the bottom. I just feel I need to darken my crease a little, so for that I'm going to use the first blending brush that I use and I'm going to dip it in Sweet Tea and a little bit of Hot Chocolate. Yeah, I feel this is fine. Let's apply the eyeliner. For that I'm going to use the Maybelline Hyper Easy Liner. I'll do the same thing here. This is the eyeliner complete, and yes, I forgot to add highlighter on my brow bone. For that I'm going to use a small shader brush. Now for lips, I'm going to use a nude shade which is from NYX. And lastly, I'm going to apply mascara. Just changed my lipstick and I added Rome from NYX to my lips. That kind of gives a complete blended look. So this is the final look. I hope you like. Keep watching because I'm going to share a lot of tips and tricks to make your makeup last long, to do makeup which is very, very easy. So stay tuned, keep watching, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and also check my social media because there is a lot of tips and tricks that I show on my Instagram as well. Thank you for watching and thank you for stopping by. I love you all. Do take care of yourself. Be home, be safe, and be good. I love you all. Mwah.